Hey there everyone, Cripson here. Today I'd like to talk about and discuss my thoughts on the state of Genshin Impact in its current patch, version 1.5, Beneath the Light of Jadeite. As always, if you like the content and want to see more, please like and subscribe to let me know. And if you dislike it or something I say, feel free to let me know in the comments and I'll take your feedback into consideration. Without further ado, let's get into it. I'd like to start off with the new domain, Ridgewatch. There's not much to say about it. It drops two new artifact sets, Tenacity of the Millelith, which is basically made for Zhongli, and Pale Flame for Eula and any other physical main DPS characters like Razor or Kaching. It's quick and easy to beat, which is great since the amount of time you'll likely have to farm this to get the artifacts you want with good stats is going to be in the dozens. Domains haven't provided meaningful content up to this point, and it seems they aren't going to start that now, so I'm all for shortening the time it takes to do them because of the amount of time and resin you'll spend farming them. Next up, we'll talk about the new weekly Trounce domain boss, Ajdaha. He leaves something to be desired for me. It isn't a bad fight, it's just still not very interesting. I would like to see an implementation of mechanics you have to resolve in order to win. And if you don't, then you have to start over from the beginning. It would make the fight much more engaging and interesting rather than just standing there waiting for him to become targetable and dodging extremely telegraphed attacks. My main game is Final Fantasy XIV, and if MiHoYo took a page out of their book when it comes to raids, these Trounce domains could become very fun to do. The changes to the previous three Trounce domain resin costs are very much welcomed. Having 4 bosses that would take 60 resin each would be ludicrous. For reference, resin generates at 15 for every 2 hours. This means it takes 8 hours to get 60 resin, and for each boss to take 60, that would be a total of 240 resin. That's 32 hours worth of resin. The addition of reducing the first 3 down to 30 resin cuts that down to a total of 150 resin, 30 less than completing all weekly bosses prior to 1.5. Another great change made to weekly bosses is the addition of Dream Solvent, a new material that allows you to transmute weekly boss materials into other materials from the same boss, like you can with the fragments and gemstones you get from world bosses. This is something I've personally been asking for a while, after going over a month without a single Ring of Boreas to level my Kuching's talents past 8. I was getting pretty fed up with it. Now they just need to increase the drop rate of prototypes, because in the 159 days I've been playing this game, I haven't once had a bow prototype drop for me. The feature many people are looking forward to in version 1.5 is the Serenitea Pot, your very own realm complete with a house, plenty of area to decorate to your liking, and even its own currency and shop with new items such as Sanctifying Essence to increase your artifact levels. After spending enough time with it to get Trust to rank 3, I can safely say it is very fun and relaxing. Craft time for items are around 12 to 16 hours depending on rarity, but can be crafted instantly with a vial of Adeptal Speed. I personally think the Serenitea Pot is a great addition to the game and has potential to be very rewarding for long-term players. The more you play, the more blueprints you can unlock, and the better you can make your realm look. If they add blueprints into events, which I'm sure they will, it gives people even more incentive to complete said events to continue improving their teapot. I look forward to seeing where MiHoYo will take the Serenitea Pot in the future when more areas release. So with all that said, where does that leave my thoughts on the state of Genshin Impact in version 1.5? Well, it's just okay. I said it earlier in the video, but this game just doesn't have much meaningful content at the moment. I'm probably in the minority here, but I'd love to see more Archon story content come more frequently than have these good events like Hypostatic Symphony or Theater Mechanicas that just come, are fun while they last, and then are gone forever, or until they decide to bring them back. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy most of the events, especially ones that pose a challenge such as Hypostatic Symphony or the upcoming Energy Amplifier initiation. But MiHoYo seems to be relying on them a little too much to hold players over, and it just isn't doing it for me at AR55. I would love to see more permanent content that provides a challenge like Spiral Abyss. Perhaps add more floors to the Spiral Abyss, or make some of these events permanent and have their rewards reset alongside the Spiral Abyss. It would just add more to the game for in-game players to do and accomplish, therefore increasing interest and player retention while waiting for new story content. I'd also like to point out that my account isn't incredibly cracked either. I have most 4-star characters at Constellation 6, but for 5 stars I have Jean C3, Mona C2, and Hu Tao C1. Those are my only 5 stars with Constellation, and I barely use Mona and Jean. I only use them in the Spiral Abyss, and I'm not really struggling to complete even floor 12 with 9 stars. Genshin Impact has an interesting world with even more interesting lore. It just sucks that the last time we had good story content was version 1.2 with Dragonspine, and it took until 2 weeks before version 1.5 launched for 1.4's Archon quest to come out. Act 2 of Zhongli's story quest is great, and I love seeing more of Zhongli's history and how secretive he was about meeting our sibling because of his contract. But if we have to wait another 12 weeks to get another hour or two of good story content, it's really going to suck. I sincerely hope we get to see more good content relatively soon. I can't wait to see more of Inazuma, its people, its Archon. I just hope we get to do so in a timely manner. Genshin Impact is in a good spot for version 1.5, but it could still stand to be a bit better in my opinion. More frequent story content would be great considering all the interesting characters and lore the game has, but I don't see that happening. The game is still fun to play, and the new character Yenvei along with upcoming character Eula both look fun to play. Here's hoping MiHoYo keeps the game alive and breathing and doesn't drop the ball. The Serenitea Pot is a good addition that will help keep players old and new interested and working towards something. Age to Ha is a fun boss despite still being a bit too easy, and the Zhongli story quest was fantastic. With all that said, I've been Crimson. Thank you for joining me and listening to my thoughts today. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe to let me know if I should make more content like this. Take care, till next time, catch you later.